Hey you guys, let's do some alphabet tarot. So with alphabet tarot, I'll pull a top and a bottom card for the first letter of your name in alphabetical order. All right, so starting obviously with letter A. What are the messages for those of you whose name begin with the letter A? All right, so your bottom card, we have the Knight of Coins. And your top card, we have the Five of Pentacles. All right, so with these two cards, I kind of feel that either you are having to walk away from a situation. Maybe you feel like you're having to cut your losses. It seems that you maybe don't have the things that you need. There's something lacking in your life, whether it is materialism or if it's dealing with a relationship. Maybe this person isn't giving you the attention that you need or deserve. Maybe your employer or your job doesn't pay enough, but I feel like there is just a lack. Now, this is also indicating some sort of maybe illness or not feeling well, could be feeling under the weather. So maybe there is a need to boost your immunity or focus on your health. Maybe there's some sort of vitamin deficiency, so make sure you're taking care of that. But yeah, in a love situation, I just feel that someone isn't getting enough. Either you aren't giving enough to someone and they don't want to speak up about it, they don't want to let you know it, or vice versa. You're the one kind of suffering, but you're not letting your partner know that, you know, you're feeling some type of way. Also, just in spirituality, maybe there is a feeling of like a loss of faith. Something's going on where maybe you feel like giving up. There's a loss of hope. Maybe you're needing your faith to be restored by spirit, or you also could be having some sort of challenges when it comes to your faith or your beliefs. All right, so move that aside. Let's move on to letter B. Those of you whose first name starts with the letter B, what are your messages? And these should be pretty close to personal readings as well. All right, letter B, your overall energy is the Hierophant, and the top card you have the Queen of Pentacles. So your energy is kind of opposite of letter A. I kind of feel that maybe you do have a sense of value or a sense of faith. There's a possibility that you're going to get some sort of promotion at work, or maybe you're going to get some sort of recognition. I also feel that there's something that's going to be revealed to you, something that you didn't know or understand. It could be about spirituality, like maybe you have something revealed to you spiritually, or you understand something spiritually from a different perspective. I usually look at this as like being initiated spiritually. It's like now that you're ready to understand, you're able to receive some sort of information. It indicates some sort of level of maturity. Now, I also feel that you could either be giving advice, maybe people are coming to you for advice, people value the things that you have to offer as advice, or there is someone in particular that you value. You like listening to them, and it could be coming from an earth sign. You also could be waiting for some sort of results in regards to your health. Maybe you had some sort of blood work or something that you're waiting to get back, and it seems that the news may indicate that you feel healthy. So whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but it could be potential good news about your health. Maybe you feel like something's pretty solid. So also you could be dealing with like responsibilities and commitments. Maybe you are ready to commit to something, commit to a relationship, or commit to some sort of career. You'll likely be learning a lot as well. There should be some sort of studying or research. It just seems like you're getting wiser. So maybe you're having to take some sort of, get some sort of certificate, or you're going to school, or even if it's some sort of update when it comes to your job. Like, you know how sometimes, depending on where you work, they have like the little modules that you have to study, and it's just like complete this module for the day. So either way, it seems like maybe you're going to be receiving some sort of higher knowledge or higher learning. And just overall, I feel like you are ready to take on more responsibilities, and maybe even more financial stability as well. And it shows that maybe you're serious or committed to something. All right, so let's see what are the messages for those of you whose name begin with the letter C. All right, letter C, your bottom energy is the Knight of Wands, and your top energy is the Star. So I kind of feel that there is something that you're hopeful for. I feel like maybe there is a restoration in your faith. Maybe you've been wanting to connect to a fire sign, or maybe you are a fire sign with big hopes and wishes. I feel like you're also needing to make sure that you are being clear with your wants and needs with Source, with the universe, because I feel like they're listening. And I feel like something that you've been praying for is coming into fruition. It seems like you're also in a very creative mood. Maybe you're having to reach real far into your imagination in order to create something. This also may be talking about having an open mind about your situation, whatever's going on. I feel like you're needing to have an open mind, and also allow yourself to be more vulnerable or transparent. In fact, you could find yourself sharing things about your experience, or this can be a way of paying it forward. You might find yourself, just by being open and transparent with yourself, you could be helping someone else. And then in turn, maybe that person feels inspired to share something about their situation. In regards to love, there could be a relationship that starts off on the internet, social media, or maybe a love situation that starts off at a distance. But yeah, you could definitely be hearing from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe this person is ready to share some news with you. I kind of feel like this is encouragement for you to chase your dreams as well. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter D. D, your bottom message is the 10 of Swords. Your top message is the 7 of Swords. All right, so I kind of feel like maybe you're scarred. Maybe you feel betrayed by someone. Maybe someone has lied to you, or someone has stolen from you. It also could indicate that you're deciding that you want to just like break away or cut ties with deceptive people. yeah, if someone has been caught lying or keeping information from you, it's likely that you're just wanting to get rid of them. Now, it also could be reversed where someone has recently cut you out of their life. Maybe, excuse me, maybe they don't trust you for whatever reason. The other energy I'm getting from this is someone who you don't talk to or haven't heard from is still snooping or keeping tabs on you. Maybe you deleted someone or disconnected with somebody, but this person is still lurking and maybe trying to fish or, you know, find out some sort of information about you, trying to find out what you're doing, what you're up to. So they still might be lurking in your energy. You might be feeling tired or exhausted as well. And just kind of, maybe you're needing to take a rest or a break. You might find yourself going into hiding as a way to escape something difficult. You're like, I just need to get away. I'm tired. So something could be going on where you just feel like you need to run away because you're just sick of it. You're done. So yeah. All right, let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter E. Letter E, your bottom message is the Two of Cups, and your top message is the Ace of Coins. So I kind of feel that something is coming together. You could be making a solid connection with someone. This could be a new relationship. This could be a willingness of two people wanting to commit to one another. There could also be a potential proposal. If you've been dating and now this person or you and this person have both decided that it's time to make it official, definitely could be that as well. It just seems like we're committing to one another, and it looks like two becomes one. Career-wise, there could be some sort of company merger happening. Maybe two companies have decided to merge together. This can indicate you finding your soul mate no matter in what form. A lot of times this can still apply to finding like the perfect something for you, the perfect job, the perfect home, the perfect car. So I feel like you are in alignment with something or someone that matches your energy. I kind of feel like you're also harvesting something that is healthy. You could be committed to your health. It kind of seems like, hang on. Yeah, it kind of seems like maybe there has been some things going on where you're nurturing a seed and now it's blossoming into something for you. But I was getting something in regards to health. Maybe your health is being restored, especially if it's been off for a while. Okay, I'm going to come right back. All right, on to letter F. Messages for those of you whose name begin with the letter F. All right, so, well, this is your top message. You have the Six of Cups, and your bottom message is strength. All right, so I kind of feel that you have someone that is close to you, that is loyal. Maybe you feel, I don't know if you have been questioning whether or not someone was loyal to you, but it does seem like someone is remaining loyal. I feel like there is someone around you who's being very encouraging and is kind of like your ride or die. Now, you guys likely feel this way about each other. I do feel like you're soulmates. It could be romantic or not, but there is someone that is like your soulmate. I almost feel that this is also about someone who was sent here to protect you. Maybe you helped someone in a previous life and this person remembers, or you guys had like that soul agreement, and so they have come into this life to protect you. Now, I also feel like somebody has like a scar on one side of their body. I don't know if someone was burned or if it's like a tattoo, but I kind of feel like somebody has like some sort of scar or burn on one side of their body. I feel like this is someone that you can definitely trust. This is, maybe there is someone that you feel comfortable enough to share secrets with. This is someone who brings out, you know, peace from you, and there's just kind of like this mutual give and take between the two of you. There's also something a little innocent about this connection, whatever it is. Maybe you've been knowing someone since childhood, or someone from your past. This also can indicate that someone is returning from your past. The energies coming out are Leo and Scorpio. And again, if a past person doesn't necessarily mean one of your exes, just someone that you're familiar with. And I also feel like someone is needing the courage to come clean or to share the truth or tell a secret. So maybe someone is feeling comfortable enough to do that with you, or you feel comfortable enough to share a secret with somebody. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter G. All right, letter G. Your bottom message is the Two of Swords, and your top message is the Knight of Swords. So, you could be connecting with an air sign, maybe even, I don't know, it seems like maybe you're guarded. Maybe you're kind of guarded towards someone's energy. It kind of feels like someone is coming towards you, but you're blocking them, or you don't want them to come back. Or this person is blocking you, like you're the air sign trying to go back to them, but they don't trust you, or they're just very guarded. I feel like you're also needing to make some sort of decision, but you need to have clarity before you make this decision. I feel like you also don't want to be influenced in making a decision. You're like, I don't want any outside influences. I just need to hear my own voice. And you might be holding off on making some sort of decision until you have some sort of clarity. But it's like once you make this decision, I feel like you are standing on it. There's nothing that can bend you. You know, it's just like, no, I've made up my mind, so I'm going with it. So whatever this is, I feel like you are adamant about what you're deciding to do. One other thing I was picking up here. Now, you also could be seeing synchronicities of 1s or 10s, maybe even like 11s. Spirit could be trying to let you know that you are on a right path, or that you're headed in the right direction. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter H. Yep, I'm having the further I get, I'm gonna have to start being like, okay, wait, am I going in the right order? All right, messages for those of you with letter H. All right, your overall energy is the Hanged Man. Top energy is the Knight of Cups. All right, so there's someone that maybe has been thinking about you, or you've been daydreaming about them. It does seem like you're having some sort of an awakening or realization about someone, maybe realizing that you have romantic feelings for this person. It could have been a dream that you had. And it just seems that there is someone that is waiting for you, or waiting to hear from you. Maybe someone is waiting for you to realize that you've been waiting for them. So definitely could be someone that has like these deep romantic feelings for you. And this person could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. It seems to, like, from a metaphysical standpoint, someone might be into some kind of remote viewing. Maybe you feel like you're being watched by someone at times, or in general, you just feel like someone is in your energy. And it could just be that maybe someone has their eyes closed and they're meditating and trying to send a message or energy to you. I'm also seeing an 11 with this reading as well. So maybe you're seeing synchronicities of 11s. Now, another thing in general is that maybe your life or situation has been on hold, and you're wondering, like, why do I have to wait for this, or why is the energy stagnant? And I just kind of feel like you're needing to mature, or it's just not time. You know, you don't want something to happen prematurely. So this is, in a sense, the universe's way of protecting you. Now, you also may need to make some sort of a sacrifice or give something up in order for you to have something that you deeply desire. You might find yourself kind of closed off or isolated at times. It definitely seems like you are experiencing some sort of escapism. Maybe it's prayer or meditation, but it's like you're isolating yourself and escaping from reality at times. And maybe you're the one that's a hopeless romantic. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter I. All right, your bottom message is the King of Swords. Your top message is the Nine of Swords. So you could be dealing with some kind of anxiety. I feel like you're not wanting to face something that you're dealing with, or you're trying to turn it off, but it just keeps haunting you, or it's like trying to get your attention. Maybe sometimes you feel like you're under attack, or some sort of psychic attack. Doesn't have to be something negative, but either way, I feel like something needs your attention. There's a lot on your mind. You also could be overthinking a situation. Now, if there is an air sign in your life, maybe you can't stop thinking about this person, or maybe they can't stop thinking about you. This can also indicate someone who is trying to calm down before they approach you. Maybe this person's extremely shy, or confident when they're to themselves, but the minute they start trying to have a conversation with you, or they want to approach you, they start overthinking it and they get like really nervous. So you could be giving someone anxiety, of course not intentionally, but just, you know, this person is triggered. But for the most part though, I feel like you are needing to deal with something that you want to avoid. You're like, I don't really want to deal with this at the moment, but I know I need to. And something could be giving you insomnia or keeping you up at night. There could be some sort of problem or issue that hasn't been resolved, that's keeping you up at night. You're like, until I figure out how to resolve this area of my life, I can't sleep. So I feel like you are desperately seeking clarity about a situation as well. Make sure that you're also holding yourself accountable for, you know, something, because Nine of Swords is also about that self, like having to go within self. So something's going on within you that just needs to be resolved. All right. Let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter J. All right, the bottom energy is the High Priestess. Top energy is the Five of Cups. All right, so I kind of feel like someone has like a secret. It's possible that you have been kind of sad about something or clinging to the past. It's like maybe because you don't know the outcome of a situation, it just kind of makes you sad. You're like, I wish I knew, you know, how things were going to turn out or what the outcome was going to be. And it's funny because before I started your readings, I was thinking about Steve Lacy and that song, I Wish I Knew. So I don't know, maybe that is for you. You could also be holding on to some sort of regret or disappointment. Just either way, make sure you are not stuck in the past, but it does seem like someone is emotional and maybe having a little bit of a pity party. I feel like you're also needing to trust your intuition when it comes to something. Like maybe you don't know what to do, but all you can do is be patient and go with the flow of things. You could have also had a dream that was triggering, or maybe that's gonna happen. Like, you know, you have like some sort of dream and you wake up feeling sad because that dream was triggering, tapped into some deep hidden emotions. I feel like someone's pride is in the way of them speaking out and communicating how they feel. So either you deeply miss someone, but you know, you just feel like I'm not going to let that person know that I'm thinking about them, or this is someone thinking about you who misses you. You could also be missing your mother. You could be tapped into some sort of psychic abilities as well. Or you might have some sort of psychic abilities that you don't really want. Maybe you feel like something is both a blessing and a curse. You're like, I like that I can help people, but I don't like that I can feel such deep empathy because it pulls me down. So you might just be feeling very emotional and sensitive. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name began with the letter K. Especially if somebody's name is Kareem. All right, you have Temperance as your bottom energy, Three of Pentacles as your top energy. All right, so I feel like you are doing some sort of healing. It seems to like things are coming together for you. It seems like there is, if whatever was going on in the past, if you have been dealing with any sickness, this represents like healing and getting better, recovering. If there has been any type of chaos going on in your life, I feel like this is you finding a way to make something work. You're able to transmute a situation and make it work. Now, I kind of feel too like maybe you are, well, you could be like, what do you call it? A mediator, where you are able to bring two people together to help them resolve issues. There could be something going on with work. I feel like you are also just feeling a sense of harmony and peace. Or maybe you bring that energy with you wherever you go. Your work situation seems to be pretty chill. If this is talking about a romantic relationship, it seems like you guys are able to come together to resolve your issues. There's a willingness to work together. I also feel like this is one of those type of connections that is something psychic about it, or intuitive, like you can feel each other's energies, but you're healing each other. Also, it seems like you could be incorporating something into your work. Maybe incorporating your emotions into your work, especially if you're a creative type or artistic. If your income has been an issue, it seems like maybe you're finding some sort of solution to create some sort of financial stability. In general, it seems like something is stabilizing in your life, and you feel, safer. Yeah, for the most part, this is about coming together and working things out and finding peaceful solutions to your problem. If there is any problem at work, it seems like it's being worked out. Also, if you only wanted to work some sort of part-time job, part-time schedule, or maybe you work part-time at a 9 to 5 and then you have time to work on your own individual business or your own creativity, that could be working in your favor as well. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name start with the letter L. All right, your bottom message is the Six of Pentacles, top energy, Queen of Cups. So you seem like you are in a forgiving mood. You also come off as having some sort of balance or peace in your life. And maybe there was a situation where you needed to forgive somebody, or someone is wanting you to forgive them. So either way, I feel like something is balancing out. And, people are like, yes, let's just move forward, and we can agree to move forward, or we can agree to do this. So it seems like there is some sort of peaceful agreement, peaceful treaty type energy. And I feel like this is also indicating that you're going to receive something that you needed or asked for. If you needed any type of help or assistance, I feel like this is you receiving it. This can also be you being someone generous and choosing to help someone or assist someone, either financially or because you have resources or knowledge. But whatever the case, this is some sort of mutual exchange, some sort of give and take. And yeah, just seems like you're getting exactly what you asked for, or getting what you deserve. It is possible that you have some sort of soul agreement with a water sign. This can also be talking about paying off some sort of debt, and that is something that gives you peace. If you're concerned about your finances, I feel like your finances are decent. Maybe you don't have too much. You just have just enough to stay afloat. Maybe you want more, but whatever is going on financially, at least you feel balanced. Also, career-wise, you could be getting a job offer. And just in general, I feel like you are receiving what you asked for. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter M. All right, you have the Empress as the bottom energy and the Eight of Pentacles as your top energy. All right, so I feel that something is happening. There is something that is coming into fruition, and it might happen very quickly. So in a love situation, this could be like the birth of some sort of connection, and something could also lead to a literal pregnancy. So be careful if you're not wanting that to happen. But it does look like somebody could be very active, which results in some sort of literal pregnancy. But if not a pregnancy, it still seems like there could be like all this flirtation going on with you and another person. Now, the shadow side of this is that you could be flirting or involved with someone who is in a relationship. So you could be seen as the other person, especially like the other woman. There's definitely some sort of chemistry going on when it comes to love. Could be sending some sort of flirtatious text messages back and forth, or DMs back and forth. As far as creativity, I kind of feel like you are in a creative mood. So now is the time to be creative, especially if there is something that you've been developing, an idea that you've been developing or playing around with. It's now is the time to play around with that idea, and you could see like some pretty quick results in regards to something, or fast results in regards to an idea. Things could be taken off for you quickly, especially if you are self-employed. In fact, you could be getting a lot of business inquiries. You might be standing out, or people could be finding you very attractive in general. Maybe you're getting like a lot of compliments physically, or in terms of business, it still seems like you're attracting a lot of business. This also might be a sign to act fast on an opportunity that comes your way. It's like, oh, this is the perfect timing. Act on it. Say yes. Go. If you're invited to something, go. And one other thing, I'm seeing something about travel. So there's a possibility that you could be traveling somewhere. Even if it's in your vicinity, something maybe is coming off like a staycation. Unless you are someone who supplies that to people, like you work at a hotel, or you have your own business where you, what do you call it? What's that word I'm looking for? Like you show hospitality to people. You give people some sort of pleasure or luxury. You provide a luxury service to people. Anything very Venetian. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter N. Your bottom energy is the Page of Cups. Your top energy is the King of Pentacles. So you could be running off with your imagination. You might find yourself daydreaming, or it's like you aren't really there. You're somewhere else. People are talking to you, but your mind is somewhere else. Maybe you're feeling very creative. You also could be feeling like a hopeless romantic. Maybe you're daydreaming about romantic things. Maybe you're just now falling in love or having an infatuation or a crush on somebody, but this can also be reversed. It could be that there is someone feeling very infatuated with you and someone thinking about you and daydreaming about you all the time. It could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. In a love situation, there is a possibility of having maybe two people coming towards you, or maybe it's just one person that embodies both this this sensitive side and then this very grounding, serious type side. And then also, speaking of grounding, you might be trying to do that, especially if you feel like your imagination is like all over the place. You're like, let me ground myself. So Maybe there's something that you're trying to do to make sure that you stay intact with reality. I don't feel like you're delusional about anything if you've been feeling delusional, but it does seem like your imagination is running wild. But I also see this as you maybe turning your imagination into a reality and maybe making money off of something that you're passionate about. You can make money by following your dreams, I feel. In fact, there could be someone who is watching you and maybe wants to offer you, either a job, or someone maybe wants to pay for your services if you have your own business. I feel like you're also doing some sort of studying or research about some things. But for the most part, I kind of feel like somebody's in your energy. It could be romantic, or maybe it's going to be some sort of business proposition, but there is someone in your energy, and there also could be a potential age gap when it comes to a romantic relationship. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose first name begins with the letter O. All right. So you have your bottom energy as Justice and your top energy as the Five of Swords. So you might feel like a situation is unfair. Maybe you feel like this isn't fair. I don't like this decision, or someone feels that you've made an unfair decision. It feels like you wanted to be justified in some sort of decision. I feel like there is still a clash, no matter how diplomatic you're trying to be with something. It's like you can't please everybody, and people may not be pleased with the decisions that you're making, or vice versa. If you're dealing with any type of legal matters, you might feel like, this is unfair. It definitely seems like you could be dealing with some sort of stress. Maybe you're feeling like you're not being heard. And if you are expressing yourself, if you are being vocal, it's like it's falling on deaf ears. Or it's like you're speaking a different language. So I feel like you're going to be dealing with some sort of communication issues. You also might be upset in regards to a previous agreement or prior agreement that you made. Maybe you have some sort of regret, and you're like, why did I agree to this? I don't like what I agreed to. Maybe you signed some sort of document, or you're dealing with some sort of contractual situation. You just kind of feel like, I don't like this, and you maybe want to back out of something. There is a possibility, though, that you might have to cut your losses in a situation because it's just too much of a headache. Something is like a headache, and maybe you just want to let something go. You're like, just forget it. So be prepared to maybe let something go or walk away from something, because it seems like you're not going to be able to reach a fair deal or a fair agreement. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter P. All right, you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. All right, so you could be focused on, independence. You could be focused on your health and finances. I feel like you're happy about certain things. You definitely could be feeling valued or appreciated. It seems like you're focused on your self-worth as well. You also don't seem to care about too much of anything. You're like taking your time to get back to people. It's like you'll respond when you're ready. Definitely getting your me time on. You're like, I need to focus on me. This is my me time. I'm not rushing into any decisions or what have you. I feel like financially things appear to be pretty stable. You're able to take care of yourself. You're able to take care of all, your major needs. It's possible that you enjoy what you do for a living. You're like, I enjoy what I do. Maybe something allows you some sort of free time or independence that you really enjoy. In a love situation, there could be an earth sign that's attracted to you. I see an age gap with this too. I see someone who's coming off like a mature person dealing with someone who's maybe younger, but they're also showing signs of maturity. This person could be an old soul. You could be approached by a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone who is coming into your life to ground you. Something seems like a gift. It feels like you're being gifted. Yeah. It also could be that you are sharing your gift with other people, or you're realizing that you have a valuable gift to share. Definitely could be focusing on your business if you have one. If you've been focusing on your health, I feel like you're doing healthier things, making healthier choices, and it just seems like your life is improving in general. All right, let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter, what's next? Okay, Q. Okay. Those of you whose name begin with the letter Q. Now, the King of Wands fell out, so that could be something significant for you, a fire sign. But let's see. All right, so you have the Eight of Swords as the bottom energy and the Nine of Wands as the top energy. Uh-oh. So somebody is dealing with some sort of insecurities. Maybe something's going on where you are needing to overcome some sort of insecurities. I feel like you need to believe in yourself. If there's something that you want to do, go forward with it. But it does seem like you could be dealing with some sort of crippling anxiety. Like your thoughts are so overwhelming that it's hard for you to, believe something positive or to do something. It seems like maybe you've been emotionally scarred or wounded. So now you're dealing with some sort of trust issues. You might be feeling tired too, and like you don't want to keep fighting or you don't want to keep pushing. But this is kind of indicating that it's not as difficult as you think. I feel like I'm just looking at how maybe she's afraid to cross or step over this fence, but it's just like, it's a low fence. Just step over it. It's not that difficult, but maybe this person is thinking like, I might hurt myself trying to get over this fence, or, blah, 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 I'm tired, but it's like, you can do it. This is an indication that you've been through enough and had enough experiences, whereas you can handle, one more thing. It's like, you can do it. This also indicates that whatever is holding you back is likely in your own mind. I'm sure, I know that's easier said than done, but there is a way. There is a way. And, maybe you're thinking too hard, or you're thinking about something the wrong way. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like you need to really believe in yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Don't let other people hold you back. Also, that's another thing. You could have some sort of a negative influence over you. Maybe someone is stringing you along. Somebody is just like, doesn't want you to leave. and they know you're on the verge of leaving and they're just trying to string you along. So do what your gut is telling you. Don't hold on just because this person has some sort of chokehold over you. All right, let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter R. Your bottom energy is the Moon. Your top energy is the Chariot. So you could be dealing with a lot of deep-rooted emotional wounds. But it seems that you are ready to confront them. You're aware, or maybe recently been made aware of some sort of emotional traumas that you had buried, that you were wounded. Maybe you recently had to deal with some sort of a trigger. But whatever it is, I feel like it's indicating that you're ready to confront this, whatever, you know, that situation is. And you're also setting some sort of boundaries for yourself as well. It's like you're pushing forward. If you were afraid to pursue your dreams, this is an indication that you're going to be pursuing them head on, you know, you not being afraid to pursue your dreams. I kind of feel that you're also putting on some sort of a shield so that people don't know how sensitive or how emotional you are. And with the Chariot, this is indicating that you are going to have a victory over some sort of obstacles that you could be dealing with, especially emotional obstacles. This is indicating that you are going to be victorious over those situations. Now, you could also be having some sort of fear when it comes to traveling. But again, it just seems like you're going for it. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to confront your fear of traveling. I feel like you don't want to run from your emotions anymore. In regards to something psychic or spirituality, I feel like your hidden enemies are being revealed to you, maybe through dreams. I feel like you're also needing to check your 12th house. If you've been trying to suppress memories dealing with your mother, I feel like you're needing to deal with that. I feel like you're needing to confront 12th house issues and 4th house issues, the issues within the home, within your privacy, and within your mother. Don't be afraid to take a stand for what you believe in as well. There is a possibility too that someone who's been afraid to pursue you is trying to muster up the will to come forward. So that's also a possibility. All right, so let's see what are the messages for those of you whose name begin with the letter S. Your bottom energy is the Wheel of Fortune. Your top energy is the Seven of Cups. So I feel that you are in the middle of some sort of change, or the universe is guiding you in a different direction. You might initially feel confused by where you're headed or what you're supposed to do. Also, you could be feeling emotional about changes, like you feel a shift coming and you're nervous about it, or you're confused. You're like, oh my God, like there's so many opportunities now. I don't know what to choose. So yeah, that's another thing, is that there may have been some sort of opportunity that opened up to you, or maybe that's happening, and maybe it feels like too broad. You're like, this is too many opportunities. Now I don't know what to choose. Whatever is going on though, just try not to make an emotional decision. Maybe just wait until your emotions are leveled out before you do make some sort of important decision. I feel like something is also part of your destiny. In regards to love, you could be dealing with a soulmate. But I feel like it's actually more than one soulmate. You might have multiple soulmates and you're confused by like who's the one. I feel like there is no one in this situation. It's like either person is going to be able to like run this course with you. You also might have a lot of secret admirers. Also, if you are dealing with any type of hidden desires, an opportunity might open up for you to explore these hidden desires. Maybe there is some sort of taboo situation that you're worried about, like exploring, and there's an opportunity opening up for you to do that. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter T. All right, you have the World as your bottom energy and the Fool as your top energy. So you are dealing with endings and beginnings. You're definitely coming to the closing with some major chapter in your life. I feel like you have graduated. I feel like you've also outgrown a situation, whether it's a relationship or a job, or like a spiritual level that you were on. It's just time for you to evolve and move forward. And I feel like something is like, you know, a new beginning. You also might literally be moving or relocating, or maybe you're just now settling down in the new place. But yeah, I feel like this is you just starting something completely over. And it seems like this is something that you're excited about. You're like, I've never done this before. This is so new. You know, and you're kind of like that you only live once mentality like you're having. You also might be considering relocating to a place you never thought you would go, especially if it's in a new country. It just seems like there is something big or major ahead, or that you're in the middle of. You are also being asked to maybe detach. Don't worry about what other people are going to say. This is an indication that you are maybe walking to the beat of your own drum. You have your own identity that stands out, that's just very different from the rest of the world. You have a voice. And I feel like you're also just kind of making some sort of wish. You're like, I'm going to make this wish, and then I'm just going to go for it and hope for the best. So it seems like you're getting ready to take a big risk. I feel like you're also being relieved of some sort of burden that you could have been dealing with. You're going to be released from it. It's like no more burden, like that's done and over with. Now you can breathe. So yeah, get ready for some sort of major shift happening in your life. All right, let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter U. All right, you have the Nine of Cups as your bottom energy. Top energy is the Eight of Cups. So I don't know why it seems like maybe you made some sort of self-sacrifice for the happiness of other people. It also just seems that maybe you recently enjoyed yourself, or something was the last of something, and you're walking away from something that made you happy. Something feels bittersweet. like it's liberating, but at the same time it's sad. And there is this sense of loneliness, even in the past and going into the future. Maybe you feel like it's a lonely road ahead of you. It seems like you're dealing with like a lot of transformative emotions. You're undergoing some sort of transformation. You're willing to give something up. But something about this energy feels selfless. I feel like you're doing something selfless. You're like, I'm giving up my happiness for yours. I do feel that brighter days are ahead, but you know, you're just having to go through it. Something could have happened too where maybe you've been overstimulated emotionally, like you had some sort of emotional high and now you're coming down. It could have been that you were drinking and having a good time, but as you sober up and come back down to reality, you just kind of feel sad about something. Or maybe you were listening to music or thinking about your past in some way, and just realizing that, you have to let the past go. But yeah, I kind of feel like you're walking away from something, like you go from one extreme to the next, extremely happy to extremely sad. Medically, I don't know, maybe there is something going on, like with being bipolar, or dealing with any type of emotional tides, emotional up and downs. But I do feel like things will get better. That if you feel down, just know that you're walking towards sun. So I feel like your situation will improve at some point. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter V. All right, you have the Emperor as your bottom energy and the Magician as your top energy. So I feel like maybe you're trying to take control of a situation or take control of your life. It could be something that you're trying to create or manifest. It does seem like you're having to pull some strings or maneuver, pull from here and there. If there's something that you're wanting to do, this is a strong indication that you have all the resources in front of you. Especially if you're wanting to start your own business. You might be feeling very business minded. Maybe you're looking into business names, or you're playing around with business names. Or if you want a storefront, maybe you're, looking at different pieces of property that you can invest in. It does seem like you're trying to make some sort of a chess move, and you're wanting to be clever with it. You're like, okay, I need to be clever with this decision. And so it seems like you also have like a lot of tricks up your sleeve. So this is very good energy if you are business minded, if you're an entrepreneur. Very good energy. Now, in a love situation, you could just be dealing with a business person that's always traveling and has like the gift of gab. Maybe dealing with someone who owns their own business or corporation. Strong leadership could be that. Or you could be dealing with someone who's very controlling and manipulative, someone who's thinking 10 steps ahead of you. And maybe you're trying to outsmart them, but they're also already a master at what they do. Maybe it is like you met your match, but either way, this type of energy for a relationship is coming off a little manipulative. Someone may be trying to keep control over you through use of mind games and such. So you might need to either take a stand towards this person or detach. Now, and maybe you're aware of it and you're like, I like that this person keeps me on my toes, then fine. But if you don't want someone who's trying to dominate you, and, you know, string you along or playing you like a puppet, then you need to let this person go. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter W. All right, you have the Ten of Wands as the bottom energy and the Two of Pentacles as the top energy. All right, so I feel like you've been working really hard. Maybe you've had like a lot going on in your life. You've been really busy. Also could be trying to avoid a certain situation, but now now has come the time for you to maybe make a decision. And it seems like you're confused about what you need to do next. It seems like there's a lot of back and forwards. I feel like your situation is maybe a little unstable. For the most part, you might need to let something go. Maybe you're just like taking on too much, or maybe you need like some sort of a break. It does seem like maybe a situation becomes more and more difficult. Yeah, I feel like you are, you know, dealing with a lot on you. Now, it also could be talking about physical. Maybe there is something happening with your weight where it's fluctuating, or you start to feel like you're gaining too much. This is like heavy. Something seems heavy and unstable. And I'm not a physician, but maybe there is a need to take a trip to your physician to see what's going on, if there's been something unstable happening in your life or some sort of fluctuations. Financially, it seems like there could be a struggle even though you're working hard. So you might need to figure out another way to get ahead, because it seems like you're already doing a lot and you're still struggling to make ends meet. Yeah, so I feel like ultimately you're needing to make some sort of choice instead of going back and forth. And I know that's hard for you because it's indicated here. You keep getting trapped up in some sort of a cycle or pattern that you need to break. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begins with the letter X. Are we on X? BWX, yeah. X, you have your overall or bottom energy as the Ace of Swords. Top energy as the King of Wands. So it seems like you have some sort of clarity, maybe when it comes to a fire sign, or maybe this fire sign has been thinking about you and they have clarity about what they need to do. But either way, I feel like this is about making clear-cut decisions. It seems like you are taking control of a situation and moving forward and making decisions that are best for you. It seems like you're also having to initiate something. Maybe you've recently gotten some sort of idea and you're like, oh, you know, like, okay, this is what I want to do, or this is the direction that I'm going to go in. So maybe you're running with an idea that you have, especially if you're business-minded or an entrepreneur. In career, you also could be seen as a leader, or maybe they have decided to give you some sort of leadership position, or any position that you apply to. This could be, you know, people deciding to choose you. I feel like you're also needing courage or strength to move forward with the situation. And I mean, it just seems like you already do it. It seems like there's already a fire lit. and you're feeling very passionate about something. And now that you have clarity, you have the courage to pursue a person or a situation. If you are creative, I feel like you are, you know, like I said, running around with some sort of creative idea, or adding your touch to something. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name begin with the letter Y. Your bottom energy is the Six of Swords. Your top energy is the Two of Wands. So I feel that you are allowing Spirit to guide you. And I feel like this is also some sort of confirmation that you're headed on the right path. Maybe you've been looking for signs and synchronicities. And I feel like you're also starting to feel optimistic about your future. Seems like you're, taking the initiative as well. And just like going with the flow of things, trusting a process. If things have been kind of mundane for you in the past, I feel like they're about to become more exciting. You might have a surge of inspiration that is overtaking you. Like all of a sudden you just feel inspired. You're like, I feel inspired to, go in this direction or go in this direction. And it definitely seems like you're making plans for the future. Excuse me. Some of you are maybe planning to travel or relocate, or maybe you've already gone through that and now this is you settling in and then just like saying, what's next? Okay, I found my new place. Now, what am I going to do next? So for the most part, I feel like you are very optimistic about your future. I feel like you are at peace. If you were dealing with any situation that was initially confusing or chaotic, it seems like you have clarity now. In a love situation, I feel like somebody could be coming towards you and claiming you. Like this person has already mentally claimed you, or in a sense kind of like marked their territory, and they're just like, this is my person, and they're coming towards you. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you whose name starts with the letter Z. Your bottom energy is the Three of Swords. Top energy is the Seven of Wands. So I feel that you had to put yourself first, even if it meant cutting ties or hurting other people. You also could have felt betrayed by someone, but decided to take the high road. Whatever the case, I kind of feel like you had to set some sort of boundaries for yourself. And you're like, I don't have time for, this person or that person. In love, because maybe you've been hurt before, you decided that you were going to create some sort of high ladder, high standards. And so you were like, if the person that is meant for me can reach these standards, then okay, maybe they're for me. Other than that, all these people can stay away from me. So I feel like you are really passionate about self-care and putting yourself first. And this does look like some sort of victory that you're having or going to have. There's a possibility too that maybe you are taking some sort of stand or protest against something that's close to the heart. You could be standing up for yourself, even if people don't agree with your beliefs or what it is that you're fighting for. I kind of feel like you have like this, like you've evolved as well. Like you have like this higher understanding of things or higher knowledge. You're also maybe learning how to tune out negative energy or ignore like all the naysayers, people who are out to hurt you, or people who are not supportive of you. Yeah, for the most part though, it does look like maybe it took you to become hurt by something for you to do something about it, or for you to put yourself first. All right, so hopefully these messages have helped. Feel free to, leave your feedback in regards to the new card readings, and I hope you enjoyed the series. All right, sending you love and grace.